If you don't know who this guy is, his name is Luke, and he is Capcom's new Wonder Boy. They're touting him as the future of Street Fighter. That's what they're kind of selling him to us as, and the future indeed, because he is leaps and bounds ahead of the rest of the cast. The idea of having a character that you know will be in the next iteration of the series is really cool. That's a cool idea, but I don't know, he's just a little bit too good, and I think it's on purpose to some degree, because imagine if they said this is the future of Street Fighter and he came out and he was so lame. You know, he didn't have anything, he did no damage, and he was just terrible. It would be a pretty bad look. So I think they kind of did this on purpose. They just gave him so many options. He has so much stuff in one kit, and it all works together so well. And even his base stats, his health, his stun, his damage is ridiculous. In my opinion, the only thing that makes him not completely broken is the fact that he does take some fundamentals to play. He's still a Shoto type character. He has a fireball, he has a DP, he still plays like a Shoto. It's just if you have any semblance of fundamentals, just a little bit, he will amplify it to the highest degree. He's a steroid. And today, I'm going to show you that a little bit. Hey, before we get too carried away, I just want to let you know, I'm trying to hit 10,000 subs by the end of the year. I don't know if it's a realistic goal to set for myself, but I'm trying to hit it. So if you end up enjoying this video, I hope you'll consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. So like I said, he has a ton of options, but the good thing about him is if you just want to get on, mess around, try him out a little bit, you don't have to use all of those options because he is so good. So today, all we're going to do is like pick one thing to use for each situation. So first of all, let's just use DP to anti-air. Let me tab into the game. That'll probably help. So we're going to use DP to anti-air. We might not hit them all. We might not even hit a fraction of them, but that's what we're going to use. We're going to use this to poke, to keep people out, to take up space, do whatever. Try and bait things out. We're going to use stand medium kick. We might use some crouch medium kick in there too to confirm into it, because he does have a crouch medium kick that is confirmable. And it's not super slow like Karen's. They didn't take his away. And then to check dashes, we're going to do this. And lastly, to whiff punish. This one's kind of tricky because he has so many options to whiff punish. And you'll probably notice his buttons carry him very far forward. So some of them are actually better than others. This is one of the things that I think is really broken about him, actually, is how far all these buttons move him forward. But I think for today, we'll just keep it simple and whiff punish with a little crouch medium punch and go into this. Nice rollback. That caught him on the way up. Oh, crouch medium punch. That's a whip punish there. Nice check. Try to DP. Oh, that works too. Nice. I'm gonna wake up super. Hate to see it. Hate to see that. Oh, spaghetti. Take that. Throw again. I think if I walk up, he's gonna super here. Yeah. I don't know the optimal conversion there. I just wanted to use my low B trigger. Oh, nice. Throw a fireball. See if I can get him to jump. Oh, I threw heavy. Oh, shit. Oh, he's cheesing me now. I feel like he's going to jump at any second. I'm going to miss it because I'm throwing a fireball. There it is. I still missed it. I wasn't even throwing a fireball. This little stand medium kick is so good. Especially if he's not blocking. He's getting frustrated. I can't even blame him. I don't even know how to play the character in this matchup. Doesn't seem bad at all for Luke. I'm just throwing the fastest projectile known to man, and then I press some of the best poke buttons known to man, and he has to gamble on a jump. If my anti-airs were a little bit better, the game would have been over already. I'm gonna go for another one. Street Fighter League, Capcom Cup, all of that is going to be starting up again soon. You know, they're doing Street Fighter League, NA, EU, and Japan. You're going to see Luke a lot. You're going to see a lot of Luke mirrors. You're going to see a lot of people playing him. And if you don't play the game anymore, but you still watch it, you might not fully understand why that is. So I hope this kind of sheds some light on it for you. I don't think he's a problem so much as he just wasn't designed for this game. You know, it's just on a fundamental basis. If you want to say that Luke is broken or that he's a problem, they would have to remake the character from the ground up, because he is not made for Street Fighter V. He's made for Street Fighter 6. You can tell in the way that he moves, in the way that his normals interact with other normals, in the way that his V-trigger functions, because if you noticed in the gameplay, when you pop the V-trigger, it's one, I think it's the only one in the game that refills over time. But I think the most damning evidence is that the character came out in a season pass that was never supposed to be released. Luke, Rose, Dan, Akira, and Oro were never supposed to be in Street Fighter V. This final season and those final characters were only in the game because COVID had pushed everything so far back. It had pushed the production of Street Fighter 6 far enough back to where they had to make another year of Street Fighter 5. And even his release, because he was a new character that they wanted to say was the future and was going to be in the next game, was much more hyped up than the rest of them. You know, they said, we're going to introduce you to the future of Street Fighter with this next character. The other four just got their normal little trailers and stuff. And again, if you don't play the game, you're probably wondering, well, why don't they just nerf him? Why don't they just put out a balance patch, nerf the character, make him, you know, a little bit less excessively good, a little bit less better than everybody else in the game? The problem is his patch, the one where he was released, was the definitive patch. You know, I think it did get pushed back to March. It was supposed to come out when he was deployed, but that patch got deployed, I think, in like March or something, because they had to delay it. Nonetheless, it is the definitive version of the game, and they've stood by that so far. They haven't touched it at all, and this is just how it's going to be forever and always. But that's my 2 cents on Luke. I don't think he's broken. I don't think he fundamentally destroys the game, but he is top tier, and he does do things a lot better than all of his counterparts. And if you're looking to get into Street Fighter V, he's definitely a good choice to pick if you're trying to learn the game and get prepared for Street Fighter 6, because all of the footage we've seen of him in Street Fighter 6 so far looks very similar to his Street Fighter 5 version. But that's all I got for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you again very soon.